Setting appropriate boundary conditions is crucial in any CFD simulation. Each partial differential equation solved during a simulation requires defining a separate boundary condition on each boundary of the computational domain. Most commonly used sets of boundary conditions are predefined in SIMFLOW and grouped under boundary condition characters. It means that each boundary condition character, such as pressure inlet, velocity inlet, pressure outlet, outflow, etc., consists of appropriate boundary conditions for the respective equations. Therefore, we don't need to bother with setting up boundary conditions for each of the equations manually. But we do have to verify the default boundary conditions and specify additional values if they are required. For example, if we choose velocity inlet from the list, we usually need to type only the velocity magnitude, because all the boundary conditions for all other equations are already set up. The default settings are correct in most cases, but if there is a specific need to modify them, we can change them manually, and then the icon in the list will automatically change to custom. It's important to note that right now we can choose only a boundary condition character for the patch boundary type, and we cannot, for example, assign boundary conditions that are appropriate for simulating a wall. To be able to do this, we should go to the Mesh panel and change the boundary type. Depending on the boundary type selected in the table, different boundary condition characters will be available in the Boundary Conditions panel. The patch boundary type should be applied to these boundaries that are inlets or outlets to or out of the domain. Another most often used boundary type is wall, and as the name suggests, it's applied to simulate walls. If we change the boundary type for the wall of the catalytic converter to wall, and next go to the Boundary Conditions panel, only boundary conditions that are used to simulate walls will be available.